The New York Knicks just traded for Karl-Anthony Towns. Who would have known Karl-Anthony Towns will end up on the Knicks after the run that the Minnesota Timberwolves just had? Now, the New York Knicks just traded Julius Randle. I'm pretty sure many people thought he'll be off the roster sooner or later. And they traded Dante DiVincenzo. I think that's the biggest shocker out of this whole trade. And then the Pistons are somewhere involved in this, and the Charlotte Hornets, but that's not to be worried about. The main pieces the Knicks traded was Julius Randle and Dante. Now, honestly, I think the saddest part about this is we didn't get to see the Villanova boys play together. Mikal Bridges, Dante, Josh Hart, and Jalen Brunson. I think that's what most fans wanted to see, especially them just playing in the NBA on the same unit together. It just would have been good for basketball. But also, Julius Randle leaving the Knicks is a big shocker because many fans did love him on the Knicks. And some fans really did want him to go just because of the guy that he was. He wasn't really a good teammate here and there, but Julius Randle as a player, especially when he's healthy, he's one of the best rebounders in the league, and he's a good scorer, and he can shoot the three well. And I just wish they kept Julius Randle, honestly. I just think he's good for what the Knicks are doing. Now, about Karl-Anthony Towns, honestly, I just don't see it, especially in the playoffs. He could be a minus in the playoffs. And the Knicks, they don't need that. They need somebody who could bring the scoring, the rebounding, and who's just tough. And that's the type of team the Knicks are. They're a tough team. And Karl-Anthony Towns, I just don't think he has that, but he can prove me wrong. Now, I see many people saying this is a win-win trade, Karl-Anthony Towns for Julius Randle, and honestly, it kind of is because both guys can shoot the three and rebound. I think Julius Randle is a way better rebounder, though, but it kind of is a win-win trade. But then when you throw in Dante DiVincenzo, I just think the Minnesota Timberwolves, they added more shooting, and Julius Randle is also a shooter as well. Now, he can be tricky here and there, but Julius Randle is really a good player. I just think what's been stopping him is the recent injuries he's been facing. But him on that roster alongside Ant, especially if he's going to be healthy this season, I think it could work. And he's a good dirty work guy that you need on your team. Like I keep saying, he's an elite rebounder. Now, honestly, for the Wolves, I don't think it does anything for their team. I think their team got worse, if you ask me. Now, I know they added Dante as well, too, but Dante's just going to be a role player knocking down shots. But Anthony Edwards, he needs a legit second option. Julius Randle, I don't think he could be a legit second option. I think he could help out in the rotation, but being a legit second option next to Ant, and then Ant himself can be kind of tricky, so I don't see how this is really going to work, but Julius Randle and Ant next to each other, I just really don't see it. Karl-Anthony Towns was the person who was spacing the floor for Ant and knocking down shots and allowing Ant to put pressure on the rim to create opportunities for the whole team. But I just don't see it now, so I think the Wolves are now going to be a second-round exit. I just don't see it. Now, I'm not knocking neither one of these teams. Both these teams are definitely going to be good regular season teams. But my issue is when they get to the playoffs. Karl-Anthony Towns and Julius Randle, they can both be tricky players in the playoffs. Inconsistent is what I mean when I say tricky. They both are inconsistent players. Now, we've seen Karl-Anthony Towns have great games in the playoffs. Same thing with Julius Randle. But the last time we seen Randle in the playoffs, it wasn't good. And Karl-Anthony Towns, we've seen how he can be inconsistent. We've seen it in the Dallas series, in the Nuggets series. Now, we did see Karl-Anthony Towns be hot before, too, so it can work. But he has those games, and it's not what the Knicks need. Jalen Brunson is a player, a star player who's going to need help and a legit second option on his team. And Karl-Anthony Towns, I just don't think he brings that for that team. And the same thing goes for Julius Randle. I just don't think he brings that for the Wolves. They need a true second option. I don't know if the Wolves are just waiting on the right move or something, but for right now, I just don't think that was the move, especially for a young player like Ant who is looking to win now, honestly. He's seen how far he can get, and he wants to go farther, so why not? So I just don't think that was the move for neither of these teams. I just think they should have left their teams how they were. But with that being said, this is the end of this video. I didn't really like neither of these trades, honestly. And I'm from New York, so that kind of hurt that they traded Randle away from the Knicks because I just think he was a good piece. And I wanted to see the Villanova boys, but it hurts. But with that being said, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, and get this video to 6 likes, and I'll drop it again. See you guys, and I'm out.